class in Ragnarok. My favorite class in Ragnarok, I didn't really play enough of it to have a real favorite, but I do remember playing as the merchant some. But I don't think you main merchant. I think you put merchant on while you go AFK because you went to work or something. You'd leave that up. You don't like play the game that way. Can you switch classes easily in that game or no? Because like in the bootleg server we were on, you could. Outside of promoting, you don't, period. Jesus Christ. Okay, so first off, I want Fishy Card to be... Okay, we need to find a way to add and subtract cards to hands. I think we want to start off with doing it with the lake first, because, like, this doesn't actually have to represent any specific card. So we can figure out how that works, how you add in something like this, like scripting, add a entity in, and then go from there. All right, so let's figure out how we do that. So I think that's in play area and card UI. No, it's in card play area. Yeah, let's be respectful of each other. All right, so very function process, no. So I just went through and wrote down a bunch of like things that I need. Variable something equals preload, scene, or file location. What does that mean? Okay, online documents. Let's look up what preload means. Static typing. Gonna have to pre. Okay. Find item reference. Class item. Okay. Imagine you're programming an inventory system. You code an item class, then an inventory. To add items to the inventory, the people who work with your code should always be able to pass an item to the inventory.add parentheses method. With types, you can enforce this. Class name, inventory, function. Function add item amount 1. We've done this in the draw code. I actually think that this is a really important page for me. I'm going to save this because this looks like a lot of shit that I need to do in order to make the cards work. Variable name type. Right. Okay. Variable item. Find item. Reference. Add reference. Item. Amount 1. I don't think this page helps you make stuff work, but it does help you write safer code. Yeah. It's not quite what I need actually right now, I don't think. I want to be able to typecasting. Function on body entered, body physics void. Okay, no. Nodes, safe lines, typed or dramatic, stick to one style, warning system. Okay. There's a sound clip in the Discord of you saying, "Where the fuck is your cock?" Oh, that's what he was saying earlier. Yeah. Can I listen to it? Oh, phone call, and it's scam. And they called yesterday too. Cool. Try harder. Do you have a link to that? Crisp lines. What's the water for? There we are. Thanks, Ortho, for editing this together. Wait, where the fuck is your cock? Okay. What I actually want to do. This will trigger a syntax error. Oh, unsaved casting. This is real wizard shit. Score. Vehicles, items, parents. Static typing in GD script does give some performance improvement. Mate, yeah, but I want it to load what is fish back? Like, what is that thing that I've got? Because I need it to fish card TSN. TSCN. And this is a scene. Okay. Add a scene to another scene. The main game scene, scene organization, add a player node to a room. I want to add a nodes and scene instances. I want to create a scene in, or reference a scene. Static typing is what literally everyone else tends to use. Okay, so like, that's good. So cool. All right. Variable scene, load. Okay, so what is load and, okay, instancing scenes. Scenes and templates, this is what we're looking for. Which you can create as many reproductions as you would like. This operation is called instancing, and to do it from code happens in 2 steps. Loading the scene from the local drive, and then creating an instance of the packed load scene resource. Okay. Load literally just loads a file. Okay. It feels really like, this seems like an on ready, right? Like, why is this a variable when it could be put in on ready? Can you put variables in on ready? Oh no, it'd be like a it's not a static vari. Okay, so on ready then we would want to load fish. Static just makes it global. That's not a function, my bad. Let me put to this to the side real quick. Equals. Okay, so variable load fish equals load, but not this. And you actually have to find where this is. So I've got to. I actually think that before we start fucking around with scenes like this, we need to do a little bit of cleanup in the background, because I feel like we should have a scripts folder in here. Maybe assets? No, these are... Okay, let's have a scripts folder. And that way, when we need to find a script, we know that it's in the scripts folder. Do we have the scripts in here? Yeah, we do. Okay. What do you think the odds are that it's gonna fuck with things if I try and do this way? It should be res fishy card. Oh, okay, so, right, because I've already got it in here. So let's just throw this shit in here, that's fine. Use Godot file system to move files, or Godot gets pissy. Okay, so let's just not do that then. So it's currently just in my regular, like, thing. So, res... back fish script? No, fishy card TSN. That, yeah. Underscore card dot TSN. Cool. And then let's see. Player draw, lake draw. Let's see. So then here, every time the lake draws a card, I want it to add one new instance of that. So what was the command for that again? That is... Preloading the scene can improve the user's experience as the load operation only happens when it reads the script at runtime. It's only available in GD script. So it should actually be preload. So it's just like, get ready to load this. We're not actually doing it yet. So we're preloading here. And then at the point the scene is okay. Preloading a scene can improve the experience as the load function happens when the compiler reads the script and not at runtime. This feature is only available in GD script. The advantage of the two-step process is you can keep a pack scene loaded and create new instances on the fly. For example, to quickly create an instance of several enemies or bullets. Okay. So... And then it gives this example code here, which I'm going to copy. Well, I mean, like, so this entire scene is about playing cards versus a computer, and what I'm trying to preload is the idea that the back of the cards for the computer should be preloaded. Like, just the visual ability to see them. Because, like, we're going to use that a lot throughout the course of the game. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it'd be here. So let's see. Variable instance add fish. I don't know what to call this. Equals scene initiate. Dot. Okay, I think to create an actual node, you'll need to call packed scene instituate, which returns a tree of nodes that you could use as a child of your current node. I'm just going to write it exactly as they have it here and see if I can figure out. Instantiate. That's what this word is. Okay, what is that? Scene is not declared in scope. Okay, so scene instead we would want to be load fish. Is that what it is? Load fish is not declared in current scope. Maybe this is a static? This might be a static. No, it's got to be an on ready because we don't want this to be at on ready. Okay. You need it to be static. Hey, wife in chat. Hi, wife in chat. I love you. Also, load fish. Capitalize the unready you. Yeah, and it was because I have a lowercase f here. We need a capital F. Right. And then it's add child. That's great. Wife says love you too. I think things are going well, guys. Got a loving wife in chat. Hopefully today is a lot better. Told them that someone came in and pissed all over the floor. I'm excited for tonight. You? Yeah, I'm gross. Parentheses add fish. Okay. All right. So first off, it just put it wherever the hell it felt like. But it does work, and I bet you that there are 7 of them there. We just can't see them because you know. Also, I need to change a lot of elements about fishy cards. So let's do that. First off, I set fishy card to be small. We're gonna not do that anymore. We're gonna make it big, and let's see what it looks like when it's just playing this. It's a little weird, but fine. All right, and then I need to bring up the script. All right. How big of a number is the progress? Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we want, probably. So what is progress ratio? Progress ratio is the distance along the path as a number in a range of 0 being to the first vertex, to 1 being the last. This is another way of expressing the progress along the path as the offset supplied is multiplied internally by the path length. I see. And that actually does seem like a good one to do. I want to make it so that way there's multiple different paths it can follow, but I think it also could just spawn randomly along the path. So I think that we want this in here, because this is what causes it to move. The function ready thing does nothing, actually. And we're gonna make it go 0 to 1. Orthogonal, thank you for the gift sub to my wife. It's very cool of you, man. Thank you so much. I'm very excited for that thing tonight. Progress follows that plus moves. Okay, so move speed times delta, which is over time. So it's multiplying something times 400, where something is a number that's ticking up in the background. Oh, is that not a variable I can drag in? Huh. It comes in as a string rather than a... All right. I mean, what does this number go up to? Just... It goes up to, like, 2,000. We don't need to actually know the answer to that question. We can just have it be a random number between 0 and 2,000. And that should be good enough for government work. I think most of the starting spots will be within that range, so cool. All right, and random range between 0 and 2,000, and then... maybe I should be putting it in here instead. Progress equals Randy range. One 0 to 2,000. And I think we get rid of this here. And then this function needs to happen already, I think. But I think that's what happens with this one, right? No, this is not a special function or anything. It just comes up with the name. Okay. On ready. A function cannot be applied to on ready. Okay. Ready should run as soon as the scene is ready. Okay. He's starting at the same spot every time. So I fucked up somewhere. I'm gonna make this number really big. Let's see what happens when I break shit. Sometimes that's the only way to figure out what's going on with your code. I don't think it's actually rolling a random number here. Lookup symbol. Returns a random signed integer between two different numbers. Yeah, so that's what it should be doing. And then what is it doing? I mean, who knows? Maybe, like... peek at the order is int intertree ready. I see. I should probably write that down. Progress ratio randef? Maybe. And you're using randf. What is randf? Oh, right, because that'll just make it a okay, so then I don't have to specify because it only goes up to 1, so whatever. Okay, cool. And then just... Cool. It's a random float. That makes sense. All right, let's see if that works. All right, it started at the beginning. Started near the end. Started near the end again. It's halfway through. Kind of actually near the end. Okay, cool. So let's try it in card play area with multiple ones. Hey, look. There they are. And they're all spawning in and moving at different speeds. That's neat. Now, we do have a little bit of a problem because they're A, not in the right spot, and B, it still has all 7 cards. So we need to have it destroy instances of this. Oh, right. Yeah, there you go. That works too. Okay, so then is remove child an option? Because, like, we could just add it to here because this is adding a point to the score. And I believe it hand pair erase. Okay, it is getting rid of cards out of the hand too. I don't remember how that is. I think if it finds a pair. Wait, how is it removing cards from the... oh, it does it right on draw. If lake hand append top card is lake hand. Right. Okay, node Q free is what I want. Thank you. It's removing things when pairs are found. Right, and it's finding that on draw, I think. Draw count is -1. So this is if the deck is empty and it draws nothing. Oh, okay. If it's not empty, then you draw a card. Otherwise, you don't. Okay, got it, got it, got it. So that is where add fish should be. And then... Got it, okay. I haven't been on stream during the whole development of the process. Right, right. Okay, so then let's see. So it's here. If the lake gets a... Okay, so node is not declared in the current scope. Okay? I'm going to have to, like, go through each individual element of this. So node is actually, I think, called fishy card. Or fishy card, all one word, capital C. And then I don't know what Q free is. Hey, did you know in the last year that Amaranth Pussy Yeast Beer? No. What? Q free delete stuff. Fishy card is not declared in the scope. Okay. So... Oh god, you've got to... It's not extends. You need to do like... This is... Okay, this is a part where I don't know what I'm doing. And this is like... I think Q free is right. Is loadfish not in that node? No. The thing is that loadfish preloads the scene fishy card, and I'm referencing the name of the node of that, but that's not in the scope because that's actually over in here, which is like a different thing. So I think I need to like allow people to reference this other card. This is like, okay, let's see how this works. Okay. This is a style guide thing. We're not doing that. Callback tweener method. Nodes and Steam instances. Okay, cool. Getting nodes. You can reference a node by calling the get node method. For this to work, the child node must be present in the scene tree. Getting it in the parent node ready. Okay, sure. Right. We're announcing that those things exist. Well, okay, so the fishy cards are like, the thing I've realized is it doesn't actually matter which card is where, or if the cards actually represent anything or any specific card in their hand. They just need to have enough cards that you have an idea, thinking to yourself, oh, they have 5 cards. Yeah, I don't actually have the node over here in this script, so I need to figure out how you actually get that. If it's later, okay, it's not. They're just added as children. If it's latter, you can just do a for loop to check which of the children's are fishy cards. It looks like that get node. Yeah, I think get node is what I need. So where is that? Getting node. Node.get node method. Okay. I think this is on ready. Let's see. I'll put this to the side for a second, but it would be oh, okay. So we would want it to be fishy card, because that's the name of the node over on the other thing, equals get underscore node parentheses quotation, and then can I just show you? Probably not. Fish card, get node to node path. Are you happy, or do you want this? For I in get child, and then if I is fishy card, the scene changes. Yeah, what do you think is going on here, debugger? Error. Right, we don't use delta any. Sure, cool. Yeah, don't worry about that. I don't care. Fishy card not declared in current scope, and that's the issue with 26 and the other one. Get node won't work. Right, because it's not actually loaded, or there isn't one? There isn't one to reference, because it's not here yet. As far as this knows, it will be, because actually it's doing that by having the function call it later, but like it doesn't know about it. So how do we get it to know about it? God damn it. A lot of this is like, I know what I want it to do, I just can't tell it to fucking do it. Where is the button? You would also have to declare the variable fishy card somewhere. I mean, I think I am with this, right? Would this just be var fishy card equals get node? Okay. Do you know what to do with that? Clearly not, because it's not being referenced later. All right, later, Edie. You have a good one. Maybe we just put this up on up here and put this as a static variable. Like, everyone needs to know about this. Cannot call a static node function get node from static node. Okay, never mind. Okay. Do we just do this? I mean, this does nothing, so I guess we could just do this. And then what does queue_free do? Okay, so we recommend using queue_free unless if you know what you're doing. When you free a node, it also frees all of its children. Thanks to this... Oh, okay, so it deletes everything below that point. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, kill all of the children. Let's go. Lake scored 1, so now we have to count how many cards there are. God damn it, they're so close together, I can't count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there are 6 there. How many do you guys count? Let's do it again. Okay, I think 6. Okay, that means it did delete one of them. Let's run it again. God damn it. Be luckier. I can't rig it because I don't know how I would do that. Okay, they got 2 this time, so there should only be 5. Oh man, it's hard to tell. I think we got it. I think it works. It should drop 2 of them because it's a pair. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, yeah, so there should be... Hold up. Is it taking both copies out? Copy card A, copy card. The little fishing dude is a card game? Yeah. It's a bit jerky when it turns. Yeah, we can fix all that. I just wanted to have it so that way it would load in. So now we need to do stuff like, let's make it look less shit. Like, did we fuck up the pair finding? Okay, all right. It's not removing both cards. That's what the issue is on both of the find pairs. It's not, it's finding one. Yeah, if you play 7 card, or if you get 2 pairs and you draw 7 cards, you should only have 3 at the end of it. And that's why I'm like, hold up. I think we fucked up and didn't notice. So I think that... Okay, so first off, can I just do 2 and get it to go find 2 of them? No, that's not gonna work? Okay. Yeah, I think we fucked up because it was working. All right, so... if hand pair, okay, so find pair, card name, string, hand pair, array. Okay, card name, if card name is the same as a card in the hand, erase card name. So card name is... We're not removing it from the string, we're removing it from being drawn, I think. And I think I have actually a function for that. I think I wrote that down. God. Variable show hand if x equals 1, if x is not equal to player hand dot size, then player hand x size set. Var hand size equals player hand size parentheses. When card equals preload res... Oh, fuck. Hey, how's it going, official progressor? How you doing? Autoload script, this isn't it. This isn't the page where I have that script working. Okay, and then we had like a JSON. I need to figure out how the fuck JSONs work, but not today. That's not happening right now. Where is this script? There's one for like... God, what am I even trying to find? I need to be able to like reference the string specifically. I don't have that. Okay, so string. I need to find an element in the string and I need to remove it. There is a way to search strings. I know there is. I know I wrote this down because I needed it to determine what the names of the cards were. We needed to look through each individual card in the list. Did I just not find that thing? The ability to read in script or strings? Or arrays? I need to find and remove things from an array. Because we're not removing hand pair dot erase card name. Oh, okay, so this is working for actually both hands, right? Yeah, okay, so if we fix this, it'll fix it for both the player character and the lake. Okay, this is a thing. What if, card... there's no way this works. What if card name dot erase... parentheses, hand pair, lowercase. If hand, okay, wait, hold on. How did this script work? I think I'm getting confused. All right, so if hand pair count is equal to 2, so if there are 2 of the same card in the string... Oh, can I just do it twice? Hand pair is the array. Oh. Okay, so there's 2 different ways you could do this. The stupid way would be this. Like, this works, but I hate this. Like, that should work, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. We could use a for loop. I don't know how to do that. I think this is a time for a for loop. Let me figure out how for loops work. For loop. Like, yeah, for X number of times do blah. Let me pull up the documentation on it. All right. Importing audio samples. I just want to learn about the word for. Not loop, necessarily. For Windows, exporting. It's in GD script reference? Okay. How about I just... Oh, you know what I could do? I could just go for space. And it'll tell me how this works. All right. Expected in... colon? Expected a loop variable name after for. Fucking goddamn it. That's not working where I can just like look it up. Because normally you can just like look up a term, search help. Okay, how about for? Like as a loop. Is this that card game with fish in the title? Yeah, this is no fish. A fishing game with no fish. Looping, there it is. I'm like, where the fuck is this? GD script for looping. All right, for in 8. For n equals 0 to 7. Okay, so for x, because it doesn't actually matter what we call this, because this will never be referenced anywhere. Estoy documentation. Thank you. Consistently is what I need. There's an example specifically for arrays further down. Perfect. For using range for a loop. Range. Oh, yeah. For an array of characters. For ch in hello. Okay. For in hand pair. So for hand pair in 2. Is that what you want? No, it's probably not in. No, I'm doing it backwards. Strings are technically arrays. Okay, so it'd be for 2 in hand pair. Expected a loop variable name after. Okay, so like x. No, because it says for x and for ch in. Oh, for x in parentheses. Okay, for x in bracket, it would be in hand pair. And then a colon to make it happy. But you can just say hand pair. For 2 hand pair? No. The bracket creates an array on the spot. Okay, so that's not what we're trying to do, because they already have one. So we need for x in hand pair. Okay. A for loop sets an index value of a range of numbers or iterating over a subject such as an array or a dictionary. A range function finds the range of integers, and the number starts at default 0, limit number of the maximum count, traditionally how it's done. So, okay, so we just say 2, right? For 2? Do we need a variable name for that? No, you want a variable name. Okay, X in hand pair. You can skip the for loop by storing references to created instances of a... I'm sorry, this is so hard. It's always for something in thing. Yeah, that's the thing, is I'm not getting what I need to do. You need to put a number in the range. Where does the range bit get used? So, like, we just put... that? I don't know what the X is. Range 2. I'm so sorry. I know this is so simple for y'all, but I've never seen this shit in my life. X is just the variable. Right. I'm sorry, what even is X right now? Like, we haven't defined it, but why is it asking for me to put not a number? It wants a variable, because it goes for X in brackets stuff. Print X. But, like, what is that going to do? Okay, let me put it this way. Okay, you see this one right here? What the fuck does this do? Does it just print hello? X is the iterator here. Right. For each character in hello. X is counting up each time the loop runs. So... hand pair. Okay, so for... oh, so we just changed this to card name? No. Because card name is a... no, that's the name of a card. That doesn't work. Fuck. Oh, now we've got a whole bunch of people trying to tell me advice. In the first loop, X will be 1, and in the second one, X will be 2. Right. Okay, so but right now, it doesn't do anything, right? Like, this is not doing anything? Or does this work? Ah, okay, so you can't just give it a number for the X. And then... I don't know if this will achieve anything. We'll see. Let's play this area. Okay, the player scored 1. And then lost 2 cards. That's perfect. We need to roll until the lake scores a card. Okay, the lake scored 1, but still has 1 more card than the player does. So something is wrong in the... wait, why would... how? How did it have more cards in the lake hand than the player hand, despite the fact that both got 1 pair? They used the same thing. What Mythos said? If you have an array of cards and you printed card X, every loop it will print the next card in the array. Oh, well, that's not very helpful. For every X in hand pair, but I haven't said that X is a card in... Wait, what is it erasing then? You aren't using X in the loops. So, like, X minus equals 1? But we've initiated... No, we want it to keep doing it, because if we're doing that, then it just makes the loop go for... That just seems like a... It's helpful for telling you what X is in this current thing. Do not manually change the value of X. And I don't think that we want to erase X, right? In this loop, every loop, X is a different string in the array. Right. I have no idea what's happening. Okay. I think printing would be helpful. Yeah, we're doing that right now. Print parentheses X. Cool. Cool. The player scored 3 pairs. They should have 1 card. Really hard to explain the idea of loops in chat. Yeah. So where is which card was the last one that I drew that was a copy? Wait, what? Copy, card 8. Card 6 is removed. So wait. 8 is a copy, 6 is a copy. Oh, what the fuck? What in the actual shit is X doing right now? Yeah, I didn't get both the card 3s here. Why did it do that? Here, hold on. I'm gonna zoom in, because, like, you guys cannot see what is happening here, I'm pretty sure. Especially if you're on mobile. X is the card name in this instance. Right. That is just foreign to me on why that would be card name. I don't remember when I told it was card name. Is it just that it has worked out that card name and this are the exact same thing, functionally? For now, all X is doing is being printed, so all elements of hand pair are being printed. Right. Hand pair is an array of card names, right? So X is one element in that array. Right. Okay, so it's not for X number of times. It's for... If you find... Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Why are we saying for card name in hand, do this? Like... For thing and other thing. Right, yeah. So if there are any of these things in other thing, you can do this thing. Right. So I think that the holdup I'm having here is that I'm confused. It's more for everything in other thing. Okay, let's think of it like this. Okay, so let's say like let's say that in my hand I have a 2, right? And that's the only card in my hand. And I get another card, and the second card is another 2, right? Or actually, let's make it a king, because then we don't have numbers. Because I think numbers are fucking with me as well, because I'm expecting this X to be a number, and it sounds like it's not. So in this case, for king and hand pair, search the hand pair array, whichever hand we're looking at, the players or the legs, erase king. X is a number. For each value in the array. So how does it know that? So right now it doesn't know what X is, right? X is a string that is in the string array hand pair. The array is in a cake. For each loop, X is a different slice of that cake. This is a for each loop. So X takes on the type of the array of elements. I just want it to repeat what it's doing twice, but it seems like that's what this does, but it's... Internally, it goes through indexes of the array and then presents these elements as X. So X has the element itself. Okay, so it goes, hey, what were we talking about, a hand pair? And hand pair just goes, well, the first card in my hand is a king. Is that what you want? And it goes, yeah, X is king. So then it just is king, which is completely irrelevant to what actually is happening here. Right? I do not know for loops. What I want it to do is just do hand pair dot erase card name twice. And then you do things using X. Right. The worst part is I know you guys are explaining a very, like, it's really straightforward, and I'm just not getting it. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to look up a video or something, because, like, reading comprehension is hitting an all new low. For loop, nope. For loop, Godot. This guy is the most boring thing, but he's very good at explaining basic shit, so I like him.
Welcome back to another episode in the GDScript Fundamental Tutorial Series. In this episode, we'll be talking about the for loop. So what exactly is a for loop? A for loop is a control flow statement which allows code to be executed repeatedly. Godot uses iterator-based for loops. What this means is that this type of for loop allows for the enumeration of sets of items other than number sequences. In Godot, a for loop is used when you want to iterate through a range, such as numbers, arrays, or even tables. When looping through an array, the current element is stored in the loop variable. When iterating...
Okay, so that's what you guys are saying. The current... So that's how X is becoming those things. That's just how the for loop works. Well, I don't want it to be words. I want it to be a number, but it is numbers? This is more of a for each than your standard I equals whatever loop.
Dictionary, the index is stored in the loop variable. In Godot, this is...
Would this be a while thing or a for thing? I don't know.
This is what a basic for loop will look like. You have the keyword for, followed by a name for the placeholder, followed by the word in, followed by a range.
Sure.
A range can be anything from an integer to an array to even a dictionary. No matter what, the range is what determines how many times we're going to run the code inside the block statement. This is what a for loop looks like with a number. So you can see here we have a 4x and 10, 10 being the range. What this means is that our block statement is going to
that? Yeah, I need it to erase twice. Wait, it does it once because it starts off at 0 and then it counts up to 1 and does it again, right? So I actually only need it to do it for x and 1? Is that an option? Well, every time I add a card, I add a fish. So I need it to destroy 1 every time. I think it needs to be 1 because we start counting at 0 because it goes 0 to 1 and then 1 to 2? No. Because that's how normal counting works. Okay, so it's 2. I mean, there's an easy way to check. We just do it and see what happens. Let's go. Okay, first off, didn't break anything. Second off, player only has 5 cards, which is accurate. Cool, good. Let's do it again. No one scored, so that was worthless. Both scored 2, which means that both players removed 4 cards from their hand. And that did not happen. How many cards do you have in your hand right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. Okay, so the numbers are right as far as it removing cards, but it's not removing the right number of cards from here. The internal hand is working, which is good. Oh, fuck it. I don't care! God will judge me, but you won't. If my code is fucking weird, it'll still release. Motherfuck, did you actually work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You didn't even work. All right, later, Rattler. Why does it not do it twice? Why does it only do it once? What does free do? So it removes, this is removing cards from, like, you're removing the node and all of the children under it. So just everything involving fishy card is removed. It is working, at least, as far as, like, the internal code works. The rest of it doesn't. Doesn't it remove everything the first time? No, somehow it's not. I think get node fishy card is So in order for it, Okay, sure. Let's see if this works. Are you gonna be mad about this shit? Yeah, we already declared that in the scope. Without the variable. Without variable. And then we remove this one because the second one won't do anything. Get children might help. Okay, how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's wrong. The second one will probably be... Oh, no. Why are they called fishy nodes 1, 2, and 3? That's so annoying. Why would it do that? Probably because they're being added. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, I get it. Hold on. It's fucking... All right, new folder. Let me show you a thing. All right, so we put a new text document in here, right? This is sort of like spawning a new card. New text document. It's just called new text document. But if I make another one with the same name, it just calls it 2, and so on and so forth. And it adds up that way. So what is it gonna do if I delete? If I delete one, what does it know the name of the next one to be called? Like, how do I know what they're gonna be called from here on out? Because there's still gonna be some that survive. I guess I really only needed to delete Fishy Card and Fishy Card 1? Will that work? Okay, you're not happy with that. It's clearly not the right thing to do. Let's try. Okay, it runs again, so... My God, Lake just went wild there. Okay. We do need a way of... When these cards come in... You can make fishy cards an array in global variables. Okay. You can make a fishy cards array in the global variables. Okay, so that's in the global script, which is in, like, properties or whatever. I understand EFB, but, like... I know you were upset about me running ads, but, like, I was literally taking a piss. Like... The intention is you're supposed to go somewhere else. I don't think that they were mean to you, and I think that your reaction was a little overboard, and that's why I timed you out. You mean at the beginning of the script, it was sort of a joke, and that's why I didn't ban you, because again, I trust you not to say, like, bad things, but... You did. That was not cool to say. And I interpreted it as exactly what you said. Thank you for the 65 months of support, Rosdower. Okay, and then you're thinking fishy card plural? Now, you made it plural, whereas fishy card already exists. So you want fishy card equals... I don't think I can make it. I don't think I can get a... I don't think it's... Yeah, you can't use get nodes up here. Hey, welcome by, Neto. Plural because it's an array? Oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to, like, get an array of, like, all the fishy cards that exist. Okay, so, array. And then we can do a bracket like this, and it's like, wait, we haven't actually put it in an array. How do we make sure we're putting these in? Fuck me. Every time you use add child. Every time I add a child, I'm adding a card to an array? What fucking array am I adding them to? This one, right? Variable fishy card? I don't think I'm adding cards to an array that I can mess with here. Not fishy cards, anyway. Also, it needs to be fishy cards. Maybe it's just fishy card? Let's see. Fishy card equals array. Get node, fishy card. Do you like fish sticks? The real Kanye West does not understand that joke, right? Like, I know the bit is that in South Park he doesn't get the bit, but like, use add child in the script somewhere. Add child, add fish. Right. That's to the add fish. I've never quite understood how it... Is it just that fish sticks sounds like fish dicks? And that's literally it? Like, is that the whole joke? Here, after that, add fish to that array. Okay, so I do need to have this variable do a thing? Or do you... No, you mean, right, that is literally to... Okay. That's what I thought the joke was. It's just stupid. Yeah, that's why he also claims to not be a gay fish, because he doesn't like fish dicks. Man has problems. I don't think explaining how for arrays or arrays in general is good. The child, okay, so one of us is confused, Travo, and I'm not sure which. I'm going to say that you're confused, and I'm going to explain how it doesn't work. And then if that's the case, then you're going to be like, ah. So it'd be fishy cards append add fish. So add fish was right now adding the fishy card scene to my thing. It's not an array. It's just like a object is being brought in from somewhere else. Can we have the nitrous today? Yeah, this is adding a... So it's not a array that we're adding cards to. So we can't... Now we could... With the... in this area here, we could have... The problem is I don't know what the nodes are being called. If I can figure out what the nodes are being called, I can have an array or just even like a count going that goes up every time we add fish that's independent of this shit. But how do we find out what the name of the... Add child node. Camera 2D. It calls it's 2. Okay. So this doesn't need to be an array, it needs to be an int. With its int value being something. So good news, the furry getting mobbed by the Rhytoid seems to be doing okay. Did a Wojak pose in front of the porta pot. Okay, good. I just hate seeing that shit, but it's like, I can't do anything for them because if I like go, hey, I know you don't know me, but I'm sorry you're having to deal with all these chuds. Like, there's no way to know if I'm actually a chud that's just pretending to be a friend to get close to him. And honestly, he should avoid people that he doesn't know. Right? So a furry went to, it looked like a Jamba Juice or like an ice cream place or something. They had their fursuit on. It looked like they had a lanyard on as well, so I expect that they were probably like at a convention and they left to go get some food and they already had the costume on, so they're not gonna like take their fursuit off. So I mean, first off, why would you take the head off but leave the paws and all the rest of the shit on? So like, yeah, you would just leave the head on and then you could be a weird furry out in public and you can enjoy yourself being a weird furry out in public because who the fuck cares? And then you know, some kids saw the furry. And like I pointed out, much like the Easter Bunny or Santa, they were dressed up like someone who they weren't aware of. They weren't sure what was going on. It was someone different looking, you know? And so they cried because they were confused. It's scary. There's just a random person there. I didn't know dogs could stand on 2 feet. What the fuck? Like, that's scary for a kid. They set up a Ko-fi and a GoFundMe and people are sending them donos. Okay, good. I don't have the kind of money where I can actually do that right now, but I'm really happy that they're able to be taken care of. All right, so fishy card. Wait a minute. We are changing what fishy card does here. Yeah, let's not do that. How about fishy card count? And it equals 1, but every time... Okay. Does it know what to do here? I mean, we declared it earlier. And then we don't want to do this because that's wrong. And then after it removes 1, I want the count to go back down to 1. Yeah, kids cry at the sight of shopping mall Santas. Like, children don't have a concept of what a furry is. At all. Most people don't. Nowadays, they're starting to get some understanding of what furries are, but not really, you know? So, like, I'm not surprised the kid cried, but, like, it's not like, oh, well, the kid knows that the furries are actually dog fuckers or whatever the fuck people think. And it's like, no, they just, like, dressing up like dogs and shit. And sometimes they have sex wearing the outfits. Sometimes they think that is hot, which is, you know, obviously a little weird for me, but whatever. I mean, it really doesn't matter, right? And maybe instead of having the fan pointed directly at me, I just have it pointed out into the room so it just gets some air flowing in here. They also run all of the IT. Yeah, I mean, somehow that's true. I have a feeling that half the people who are helping me with this project are furries. I mean, that's just good chances with my chat, honestly, as well. Fishy card count -1. Okay, so what I want it to do is I want it to get node fishy card, but I want to like append the name to be plus. It's like plus fishy card count. Let's see. Okay, well, the lake didn't score any points, so we don't. Lake didn't score any points, so we don't get to see. Oh, okay. So the lake scored points, but it broke something. String and int in operator. Oh, it doesn't. It shouldn't be an int. Why is it an int? One of my favorite kids shows, Okay KO, Let's Be Heroes, is an episode where everyone gets bit by a were-furry Sonic knockoff, and then it's canon all the characters are actually furries in human suits for the rest of the show. What the fuck? I know, God, I don't remember if she goes by her real name or not on the internet, so I don't want to say her name. But I know the musician who worked on that. Or did some of the stuff. Put STR outside a fishy card count to make it a string. Ah, okay, right. Like, okay. Retry. Okay, it's still not having a happy time with that. Do you need a space here? No, that's not the issue. Not here in Git node. The thing is, I need it to be an int some of the time, but I need it to be a string as soon as it hands off into here. Because you can't just add ints to strings, I guess? So do we just do str parentheses? Yeah, that's what it is. And then we remove this. Okay, let's try that. No, it's not happy. What are you unhappy about? Find pair. Yeah, that isn't working. This isn't working because it's trying to find Okay. Yeah, I need to store it as a reference rather than just counting up the number. So we need to get rid of this because this isn't right. We just want this node to be fishy card count. But then we need this somehow that when we spawn in a fishy card, it needs to add that name and then go to the next name in the list of fishy cards. How does it know what a fishy card is? I think this is okay. Yeah. All right. This is actually really important because once I figure this out, we can figure out how to interact with strings. I don't know how to store the node name, but I think you're right, level 99 Mudcrab, is that I need to store the thing somewhere. Yeah, I don't know how to actually find a node. Meetings complete. Yeah, we're messing around with a problem in Godot, and this seems like a Godot issue rather than a script issue. So right now, where we got, also, hope you had a good meeting. Welcome back. I don't think you renamed it when you put it in add child. Add fish. Right, but remember, add fish is, or add child is to do with Godot stuff. It's not to do with, I think you add it here. Oh, is our weekly dev team shit talk around the round table? Okay, cool. So, like, not actually important, but it's a required meeting, so everyone's just like, well, I showed up to work this week. I don't think that this is right here. What we need to do is somehow... Yeah, legitimately, we just need to figure out what the name of this fish is. I know this is stupid, but legitimately, how the fuck? It's more of a, dear God, what the fuck are they asking us to do now, and how can we tell them no? Okay, fair. I just needed to list the nodes that exist, I guess. Oh, can I just add... No, because add fish is going to be loading a fish, an instant, or whatever the... Instantiate a fish. We don't want to instantiate a fish into the thing? Did we do anything with get children yet? So get children is going to find the child of... Like, okay, so like the child would be like, okay, so we have the node, then we have a child here called path 1. A child of path 1 is path follow. A child of path follow 2D is backfish, right? Deleting or getting the children will not help with this area. This will just delete these things, which is funny, but not helpful. It could also create lag if we just delete the children rather than deleting the node, because if we delete the node and all the children with it, then it just deletes this whole thing of a card that can go in a circle. If we just remove one of the childs, then it'll just like not have a path to follow, or it'll delete the graphic while still containing the rest of this, so it'll just be this. So it'll be still spinning in a circle, you just won't be able to see it. The issue right now is that I cannot find where in the actual shit. Like, how will I know what it's gonna call any variables that we... And there's not a tutorial on specifically how to do this with cards because no one bothers to make a card game where you have an opponent. They only have the cards they have in your own hand because everyone just wants to be Slay the Spire. I have a coding question. Isn't it best practice to not delete stuff but just deactivate it? Yeah, usually that is the best practice. It's easier to control, or it's easier to delete stuff than Control Z back out of it. Is it possible to print out that stuff somehow? That's the issue. No. Maybe? Maybe try adding add fish name. Dot name? What are you? Name of the node. The name must be unique among its siblings. Getter. Get name, set name. Okay. Get name. I think that's what I needed. So add child, add fish name, get name. In C, you would have to dereference variables as soon as you're done. Oh, before the child thing. And then it would be like, is it append? Okay, when we add a card to a string, what is that again? Print. All right. Else if, okay. Draw player, okay. If the deck is not empty, hand append. Okay. What did we call this variable at the beginning? Just brackets. And then, are you happy with me doing this? You okay? All right. Append add fish dot name. Okay, that. Okay. And then to remove cards from it. So now we have fish name. Okay. Let's just see what this does. What'd you find, Rosdower? You're dereferencing a null pointer?
Come on, you guys. There it is, right there in front of you the whole time. You're dereferencing a null pointer. Open your eyes.
What? Now you need a loop here. I don't think so. Yeah, it breaks things. That's fine. Cannot convert argument 1 from string name to object. Okay. What about if it's like this? Wow, what in the fuck? Why are they that? Okay, so the first one's called Fishy Card. The second one is called Node 2D at 2. What? Why is only the first one being called Fishy Card? And all the other ones are just the generic Node 2D? Because I can really fuck things up if I just start deleting Node 2Ds out of a script. I need to get some more water. Give me half a second, I'm gonna think. I'm back. I'm gonna put on a 1-minute ad and go piss. BRB. Sorry. All right, I'm back. I got myself Doritos and some chopsticks, so that way I wouldn't have to touch them. Yeah, Beyond Human was one of those games that was very popular on Tumblr for a bit. For the life of me, I don't understand why. Because it was a David Cage game. The Order 1886, I never played it. So I have no opinion. It's apparently very short. Yeah, that's gonna be super easy to reference. What in the actual fuck are these? Ooh, David, we don't make games for Slur Cage. I'm gonna allow that just that way. Yeah, because you weren't the one who's saying it, and you also censored. Feel like anytime I do an exception to the rule, I should, you know, explain it. And then if it's not, if my explanation is not good, then, you know, chat will, yeah. Right now we have an array that references all the cards, right? Grazing on carpet chips, yeah. Just a little bit. I need to remove if variable fishy. No, okay. So pop front is remove the top card out of. We need to fuck with arrays again. I think I got it. All right. I need the. What is this? Back. Returns the last element of the array. If the array is empty, it fails to return. Okay, got it. So variant back. Can you use it in a sentence? What? No? Okay. Did my stream die? Oh, no. Okay. Function at back. Bar back. And then in the parentheses, I want this, I think. You better have a Jason mask ready for tomorrow. I'll get one ready. Got it. It's like this. It's one of these. Got it. So here, we don't need this anymore. This is doing something that doesn't matter. And then I probably want to append or remove. Is there a remove? You don't need get node anymore? No, I do. You can pop. Oh, it's probably so. Can I remove and get at the time with pop back? Okay, that's what I want then. Pop underscore back. Right, because pop at front and pop at back are like, okay, got it. Because that should do both things at the same time. So it should remove the instance and it'll tell us what the last card that came in was. Not that it matters if it's the last one or the first one, but visually for people, especially if we start messing around with how fishy card moves, like it can move in multiple different ways, then they might be tracking a specific card and they might be like, hey, wait a minute. Lake didn't score. Lake didn't score. Lake didn't score. Jesus fuck. Lake scored 2. So that means that there should be only 3 cards roaming around. Oh yeah, the card just drove by real fast. I think it might have been a motorcycle. What? It should be in a loop. Got it. So 4x in 2. This is not the same x. Do I need to make this a different variable? I'll make it a different variable and we don't have to freak out. But would I have been okay to use x there? Took out 2 cards, so there's only 5 there, I think. We can actually count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be working now. Oh. What? Why did it break this time and it worked last time? Oh! What is it doing? It's trying to remove cards from... Make sure the node is not null before calling Q free. Maybe if we delete this, it'll... Because what it's trying to do right now... I think what happened is it drew the first card and it was a pair, so it removed the first one. And then it tried to remove the second one. And then a third one? Yeah, it tried to use Q free on a node, a null node. Which shouldn't be able to happen. It's only removing the ones that it knows exist and then removing the name from it. So I think this will do this every time, and I'm not sure. How do I remove the last one? Actual dereferencing of a null pointer. Literally the meme. So I need to... So I think what it's doing is because it's erasing it before... I need to find it, then remove it. Yeah, here you go. Thank you.
What really happened here? Did 3 acrobats really choose to avenge their sister's death?
Yes.
Haven't dogs and cats been known to predict earthquakes? But what about the detail of the chocolate chip cookies? But then what about those dog tags? But then...
Wait, we're doing pop back and Q free at the same time? Pop back removes the last one, right? But what I think needs to happen is I need to not Q free. I need to not pop back because I think pop back is actually the problem. I can reference back and then I need to find pop back maybe. Maybe I actually can just pop back here. Yeah, because I can just do pop back here. Where did that shit go? Goddamn. There it is. Good. Throw it in the trash. Yeah, I think this is the way to do it, because if you do it the other way, then I think it's going to cause it to crash again. No one got lucky. The horrifying part is I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Okay, it's happy this time, but it was happy one other time. It depends on when it gets that card. It literally, I think if it draws the first card, then it'll fuck up. Like if the first and second card are the same card, that's when it has the thing. Oh, you need a... Thank you. It also has 6 cards visually. 1. Well, that one had 7, I want to say. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Has 5 cards visually. Okay. All right. So now we need to figure out why it's deciding where it wants to draw itself. Let's try doing this. Okay. And then card play area. I believe that moved it slightly to the left. Okay. I'm going to get it in the right spot first, and then we'll worry about the rest of it. So I think I grabbed the fishy node. So right now it's at origin. Let's put backfish so that way it's right at origin. I mean, the corner's not, but that's okay. And then fishy card. Actually, one change, reset. There we go. And then we put backfish at there. Love the design on the back of the card. I just whipped something up real fast. How's it going, Bacterium? Okay, hold on. We put this here, and then we take this. No, we take this. I see. Can we just move this group? Can I have just like movement for all of them, or do I have to like select individual nodes and move them over? Okay. Cool. All right, so now we can just move. All right. Can I stop seeing any of this? I just want to grab the node fishy card. I don't want to grab all this other shit. You know what? We don't even need to select fishy card. Can do this. All right. So we know right now. Right, we're gonna add a. You know what? Actually, Sprite 2D. Where are you at? Here you are. Card UI. We're gonna put card UI over here real quick because this is kind of where I want the lake's hand to be. So, where is that? Ah, okay. Negative. I bet you if I do this, it'll work. I don't know if this is the right way of doing this, but fuck it. It works, and no one finds out, and everyone's happy with the result. Then who gives a shit, right? I think I can just like select this as well. Copy values. Okay, cool. And then we go over to fishy card. And position. Oh, fuck me. Mouse did a weird thing there. All right. Copy value and paste value. Okay, it does not work. Okay, so -1 or 2 1 2 4. Does Lollipop Chainsaw Repop not have a physical edition? I don't know. I've never played Lollipop Chainsaw. Why are you not allowing me to do this? Furthermore, what is your fucking damage? Right. So you know I can change this, right? Like you're aware that I'm allowed to? What? I mean, I don't really want this to hold this for 2,000 something pixels. Are you working on an animation for pulling cards? No, right now we're working on an animation for the cards just kind of swimming around doing their own thing. We do need to have an animation for the cards being in hand, but I feel like we learned a lot of elements that we needed to be able to pull that off. Because right now we're drawing cards, but they're just card backs. God. Why is it $45? I have no idea, man. And I can't just drag it there because if I try and click and drag it, it's going to drag something that's not what I'm trying to drag. It's going to drag like the card art or something instead. I mean, I guess I can... Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now we can go a lot faster. All right, so 2,000... 124. Okay. And then this needs to come down. Okay, so that puts us in the right area code. Okay, cool. All right, now we just put all of that shit back at origin. Starting with path follow, followed by this. This needs to be here. Then this needs to be here. Then we zoom out, and this needs to be here. Okay. Oh, right, because we dragged the card over there. Well, it's not quite what I had envisioned, but it's like right in the right area, and we can fuck with this some. I think one of the other things that I want to have this script do is probably have multiple paths with multiple different things, and then it just picks a path at random. And I think the way to do that is actually to duplicate this, and then make it so that way backfish. Copy the path and then paste it here. No? Okay. It's not going to let me do that. Well, let's not fuck with this right now. Hand. This is one that I do not understand. Okay, so here is... Let me pull up the video that I was trying to understand what the guy was saying. And I did a horrible job of doing it. So here is some bullshit I wrote. Involves sine and cosines. So that means we're doing circles. All right. Not that. And then I think I liked it.
About, that's okay. I'm going to focus on this tutorial in a way that you don't actually have to have context of what I've been doing up till now. I'm going to make this deck as generic as possible. I've been dreading this session. My hair's gotten a little longer, so you should probably be able to tell it's been a while since my last recording. So roguelike deck builder tutorial episode 2. Today, my plan is to add card functionality. So when I click on the card, it does actually something. Technically, if I want to do this in a chronological order, I kind of want to work on the deck first, but I want to do something exciting. So this is part of, it's like one important thing, like so. So that when I go to the main...
So you remember that script that we were fucking around with the card UI script and stuff? I think that whoever made that either is this guy or did it off of his instructions.
Which also includes deck and hand, we'll see the signal. So I'm going to double click, and I want to handle it in main, right? So I'm going to create a new script, called main script.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm very inconsistent with the naming
Yeah.
capitalization right now. You definitely want to be a little bit more consistent just for the sake of sanity. But yeah, do as I say, not as I do. I
Pro
suppose.
ZD? Nope. This is a completely different Asian man.
The years of software engineering I've done in actual like industry, I realize this type of like best practices or like engineering excellence they call it is very important for the sanity of everything. But like minute things like this, it doesn't really have a major impact attack action from
Okay, I think it was a
Mana.
different one where he was showing how to do a hand. Maybe it's this one?
spread
Yes,
plus
this is the one.
20
All right.
is the first position. In this case, 90 is the first position. In this let's see.
Okay,
So what we
we're
have
gonna
is
watch
we
his
have a
video, and I'm
stage
just
where
gonna
we
crank
have a
this shit.
card. So it's relative to the center of the arc.
So he's working it out. So basically what he's saying in this video is we can, so when you fan cards, you fan them in essentially what looks like a giant circle, but you're only viewing like the tiniest little section of the circle, right?
Card can either stay like this or they become like this. So first thing we want to do is we need to decide on this arc shape and then aligning the cards along this arc. Mathematically speaking, this little arc is just a section of a circle, right? Like this. It's like zoomed in.
Right.
And you can probably tell that it's a huge circle like this. And it's like a very small portion. It's probably like 20 degrees here. And the position of the card, the center of the card just needs to be along.
Since we're doing exactly what he's doing here, all the information. Here's the deal. I didn't do calculus. I have no idea how to do calculus. I didn't know that sine, literally until I started this video the other day when I was trying to code this, I didn't know what the fuck sine meant. Because in my 36 years of life, I never had to press the button on the calculator. So it was completely irrelevant whatever it did. Doesn't matter. Who gives a shit, right? Like, if it's not plus, multiplication, division, or subtraction, like, if it's not the basic shit, I don't know how to do it. So, like, what this code does, like here, hand radius is cos parentheses degree to radiate, or angle to degree, like, cosine and sin. What is this? I have no idea what the fuck these numbers are. I have no idea what that means. But I don't give a shit. So I think that the issue is actually that he wants to do a circle shape here. But this guy cannot be called... Wait, does it just need to be called circle shape? Like, please tell me that it wasn't just... Is this literally what I was getting wrong? Parameters for delta are never used. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Cats are good. Sin is the thing that makes God cry. Yeah, that sounds right. And so now that it's in my code, it'll make me cry. The local variable fishy card is declared but never used in this block. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. In fact, where are you even worrying about that? Wait, where are you worrying about that? Wait, what? What? Node not found. Collision shape relative to root hand. Right. Okay, so I think I remember how this works. Okay, so what he was trying to do was, we've got a hand here, right? Or a, we've got a card that we've just thrown in here as an example. And then we've got the hand itself, which is up there. We want the cards to be along the lines of the camera 2D right now, right? We can move this hand to be in a better spot later, but 10? Oh, that's weird. Why can't I change the size of this? Okay, I'm just gonna play it and you guys can hear what he's saying. But it's like we're using the circle as a way of finding what a circle looks like, so we don't actually have to like code a circle to be drawn, I think. And then we're just like, put the cards along the edge of the circle. I believe he's putting this in his main, though. But I don't want it in my main, because I want the... I do want a main. I think it's flipping the card upside down. I think that's all this script does right now. Because it doesn't know... Yeah, I want there to be more walkable cities in Maine. Just in general, so that way when I say I live in a walkable city, it doesn't narrow down the possible places I live so much. Okay, let's play this guy's thing and you guys can figure out what I'm doing wrong. It's something to do with the way that I'm putting in a collision object.
Along the line of the circle.
Sorry, I did this code like a week ago.
Let's do it this way. Can I figure out a position along the lines of the circle? So, oh my gosh, I don't know how to say trig in full length. I'll pose.
I'm going to let him do the math for the hand because we can just change the numbers a little bit.
I think there is a way to do range, but let's do 90 as a default. And then I'm going to make it draw on every update the card. So for now, I'm going to temporarily add a card here.
Okay.
This is not going to be the final. I'm just doing this to test. So I drag and drop the attack card, which will be at the center. And then...
So we need to go back to his debug shape, because I guarantee you that's where I fucked this up.
And here I said x is radius times cosine theta. So we have radius, which is hand radius, times cosine of angle, which is in
It's a little crusty because of his bit rate.
Angle in degree. So we're going to do degree to rad because the built-in cosine expects radian as a parameter. We have y.
Floats can have decimals, so that's fine.
Where it's radius times sine of the angle. Hopefully that just works. And
This guy's channel is very good, by the
what
way.
I'm going to do now is I want to be able to visually verify this.
Fuck me.
If I can spell hand radius correctly. So for testing purposes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to export a variable called card angle, which will be float, I suppose. I think there is a way to do range, but let's do. Yeah, hey, it's on the other side. So this tells here on the set position, which is broken. That's why it's freaking out right now. I'm going to call get position and then card angle. And I'm going to set the position of the card there. And
Also,
still.
This is from 3 months ago. I'm linking it in chat. A, so you guys can find his channel, and B, so that way if you want to skip around to find a specific spot.
Freaking out. Cannot convert argument 1 from nil to float. Non-existent function set position. Oh, right. Okay. Test card is on ready. And on ready only triggers on reboot. I think I need to reload. All right, let me reload. Hopefully that works. All right, no error here. All right, I think it's working. Yeah, hey, it's on the other side. So this tells me.
I think I'm going to just copy down what his code says here.
To see actually where the positive.
Okay. So we have to export tool as well. So, okay, let me explain. Tool is a thing you can write into GD script. I don't know if it works outside of GD script. So, you know, ignore me. Also, I'm going to delete this from, yeah, remove that. Cool. Okay, so then script. I'm just going to make sure that line by line this is right. So right up at the top, you've got @tool. So tool is just like you can use different things in marks the current script as a tool script, allowing it to be loaded and executed by the editor. So that. And don't worry about the script that's attached to card UI. We're using that to actually make the card have values and do things, but it doesn't, like, its script doesn't do anything really right now. What if I do worry? Well, you have anxiety, and same, my dude. Good luck with that. What if I do cry? Again, on ready variable collision shape equals. Okay. So he's got test card. Okay, so he did it in the other order. I don't know if it matters, but we'll do it in the other order anyway. Collision shape 2D equals collision shape 2D, which is now called. So we would just delete this. So $sign allows you to reference individual cards or individual objects or whatever. Maybe this will work. Doesn't look like it did. Or it might have. I have no way to know. Okay, I want to take card UI and I want to put him somewhere. Can I do that? I don't want to mess with hand. I want to mess with card. Fucking hand. Sometimes Godot like glitches. So like you actually have to close out of it and come back in. I don't know what causes this, but you won't be able to do certain things while it's glitching. That appears to not be what the problem was there. Okay, cool. Got it. All right. So circle shape 2D, function get position, angle in degree, float is vector 2. Variable x is float hand radius times cos, degree to rad, angle dig. And same thing, but sin for the one below it. Hey, Koala Bold, how you doing? Think you have a minus instead of an equals? You fucking kidding me? Where? Like, I would do that. Next to circle shape 2D. Oh, no, that's an equal sign. Yeah, you're good, but, like, it could have been that. And if it was that, they would have done something weird. I don't know what. All right. And then in process delta, if collision shape dot shape as circle shape 2D, which is not the name of that. Cannot convert from shape 2D to collision shape 2D. Why not? I just remember, yeah, that's stream compression. What is the best way of having this? Here, hold on. Okay, here we go. That's a little bit more zoomed in. Okay, so it didn't like this. So let's fix that. I don't know what the fuck that is. Failed to load script player controls. Why do you even care about what's going on in the player stuff? It's fine. You can enlarge the font size with scroll wheel. Ah, that is nice. Yes. Does that help? Is it more readable now? I can go bigger if I need to. Okay. 1, 2, 3. You guys said it was good enough, but I'm going to zoom in just a little bit to make it a little easier. Just in case if you guys are like, it's good enough. All right. So. Up to 3 days of early access. Nah, I'm good. That's a fun word to use.
Of angle is. So I'm going to update the card angle to 45. So it's right here. Okay. And then 0 is this. Okay. So I was correct to assume that the 0 degree is on the right side, but it seems, and I should have guessed this because in Godot, x-axis is towards the right. Maybe you need to flip me. I don't know. Right? Towards the right. And then the y-axis grows positive towards the bottom. It makes sense that would be the positive. That would be considered a positive angle. So if let me explain this just clearly. Maybe you guys already know this and you don't need to know this, and I'm just explaining way too much. Let me know if I'm getting way too detailed with this. I know all you're interested in
probably not.
Is just
it could be 10. Let's do 10 for a minute.
Game made, but
All right. Well, the card's at least not flipping upside down anymore.
So this is the situation.
You could probably switch back to the other
0,
overlay.
0
Got it.
in Godot, like right here. Positionally, right is considered positive, left is considered negative, and then it grows positively or greater towards bottom. So positive would be the positive theta here, and then it would make sense that this would be the negative theta. So to correct, if I want this to sit up here, I actually want to fix my mind and say that is actually negative 90 position, and that's what I want to type. I need a better setup so I don't have to like keep putting things away and forth. So negative 90, bam.
And it's still
45,
readable.
Bam.
Okay. So uh right, sure. So we can put this in different places, but does this move it down? Wait, 10. Oh. Oh, this, did you notice how this moved? Look at how the card will move when I do this. Never mind. I thought it moved. Is it moving? Are you moving? It does move. Why? Where is it? And how is that being determined? Transform. There it is. 0. Oh, it's being automatically adjusted by this. But the rotation's not. Okay. So then if I run this, you're going to flip the card upside down. Man, this hurts my brain to do. It still runs even if there's an error with the circle shape. Doesn't matter. If it's not set as the same. So right now, okay, it is hooked up to the circle, but it's not hooked up right. And I think that means that set rotation, degree to radical, or rad, is card angle, and card angle is default 90. Okay. So it starts off as 90 and then adds 90. So if you add 90 to 90, then it's 180. So it does a 180 degree flip from where it was. But it doesn't. If we get this right, then we can add hand and we can push it to the rest of it. I think we need to just start fucking with numbers. So I'm going to make this 45. Not 945, just 45. Let's see what that does. Okay. All right. I'm starting to get somewhere with what I'm figuring out here. Where does it think that the center of this is? It's in italics now. Yeah, I can rotate it. Card angle. Negative 45. Hand radius. 100. Should be fine. Rotate a card in your mind. 50. 45. It's rotating on that point. I think that means that I need to fix it in here. So, first off, what is going on here? This front face needs to be completely overlapping this one, which means that we need to find layout, transform, position, copy value, layout, transform, position, paste value, and then size, copy value, and then size, paste value. Okay, cool. So it's the right size. And where is the card's origin? What the fuck? What? Okay. Control for UI is there. Where is control for UI? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what that does or why it's set up this way. Let's put it here. And then we go over to hand. And I don't know, just run it. And that should rotate it. No. I think we need to make sure that hand is relative to, you know, anything we'd give a shit about. Okay. And then card. We can't move the card individually because it's hooked up to the script in such a way that it really wants to be there. But why does it want to be there of all places? Once a vague amount of math got involved, people were like, I'm good. Huh. Why are you here and not there? How do I move you? Okay, let's just move the camera. All right. Can I change the position? No. And I can't change that. Where is the position of this? Okay. Get card position, card angle. Card angle is saying that it should be there. Where is card angle? Float 90. Did he keep the float 90 in his?
Let's see what 180 does. Yeah, 180 works too. Great. So positionally works. Now I want this card to be rotated appropriately. So there's
Okay. So it rotate should be putting it in different spots in my hand, not spinning it on the spot. So that means that something's wrong. Okay. Let's just start the video over, I guess. I don't know where I'm fucking this up.
few ways to do it. One, see actually where the positive angle is. So I'm going to update the card angle to 45. So it's right here. Okay. And then 0 is this. Okay. So
my code is not moving my card around, which means that right now it's wrong. So before he ran the code, he got to here.
take this little section right here. And then I'm just going to do set radius to hand radius. Bam. So now I'm going to reload the project so that the tool code takes effect.
Okay. Maybe I need to do one of those. Save all scenes. And then maybe I need to do a project, reload current project. All right, and then if I change this to 20, you still just spin on the spot, and at a weird spot too.
And bam, right now it's 100, right? So I can do it 50, enter, and then the 50, we got 20.
Okay, let's just see if that works. Hand radius we can change just as he does. 50. Cool. It does move that card. Again, I don't know why. Like, I don't really know how it's hooked up, but we'll figure that out, I guess.
20, 20, great.
Cool.
So we have this, so we can test. So ideally, when we do the angle thing and then place the card, we'll be able to see in the editor that the card is placed correctly over here. And hopefully our hand looks something like this, right? So it's going to end up
4
being
fecal
like
cucumbers. Thank you for the
radius
half
is
a year of support.
200.
That's very cool of you. Thank you so much.
And then it's going to be like this, and it's going to be on top of that. All right, so we got the tooling ready, and we really, really want to get to the juicy part, which is getting the card position as X and Y. So mathematically speaking, this is 0, 0. I promise I know what I'm doing, or kind of. I can figure it out.
I promise
at
I
least.
don't.
Here's my trusty, useful thing. So we have a graph, and this is 0, 0. And then this is radius. And so right here, you know that X equals R, and then Y equals 0. And up here,
Card
X
position
equals 0,
is
and
set
R
to card
equals- or
angle.
Y equals R, R being radius.
Get card position.
Right here.
Set position
right?
to
This is
get
theta.
position.
Let's call it theta.
Hand
I know
radius,
why we're in a
cosine,
math
sine.
class. We know this position right here is what we want. And this position is X and
minus
Y.
10.
And then this
Just
will be
randomly
same
fucking
as
with
radius,
things and seeing
right?
it.
'Cause
Okay,
radius
he
makes the
moved.
circle.
Why'd you move?
So here, the unknown is X and Y for this particular triangle. And then the knowns are.
Do you go
the
somewhere
radius
else if
and
I do that?
theta. So
Not really?
This is a simple simple trig. Oh my gosh.
Trigonometry.
It's been that long since I went to school. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to say trig in full length. How to I don't know where the accent sits. Is in radian. We have a function called degree to radian as well. How kind of them?
The math is hurting
would
him.
normally use radian in my own usage because I used to be a physics major back in the day, so I'm used to radian degrees.
Okay.
But for the sake of simplicity and actually being able to visualize for everyone, we'll use a degree to radius. So once again, we have var x, which we want to figure out, and it's going to end up being a float, but we want to, you know what? I'm going to keep it float. I want to keep the data as precise as possible, and on drawing, it's going to update too. I know there will be some issues with
Class vector 2.
approximation when it's drawing. Maybe there will be a slight jitter, but once again, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we have x. And here I said x is radius times cosine theta. So we have radius, which is hand radius, times cosine of angle, which is in degree. Angle in degree. So we're going to do degree to rad because the built-in cosine expects radian as a parameter. We have y is the other one where it's radius times sine of the angle. Hopefully that just works. And
You need to...
what I'm going to do now is I want to be able to visually verify this.
Okay.
If I can spell hand radius correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So for testing purposes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to export a variable called card angle.
So when you export it, this is a Godot thing, which allows you to have a variable you can fuck with.
I think there is a way to do range.
Like over
let's
here.
do 90 as a default.
I can manually change these, and then when we're looking at the editor display, we can see it doing it in real time. That's what export does.
So
There's
now,
good uses of it.
Add a card here. This is not going to be the final. I'm just doing this to test. So I drag and drop the attack card, which will be at the center.
Where is the origin point?
And then
it's going to be up there. Wait, why is it there?
Get the test card up in here. Right. And during the update, I'm going to position...
How do you fuck any of those things, Legend?
The test card in the card position.
Okay. I think part of it is that my card UI currently has a weird spot where it's... I bet you that if we go back in the video, we'll find why it's not create card code. I mean, I ignored some of that, but card scene is here. Okay, and he's got all of it right over the X, or right over the center. So that means that I need to move all of this shit down. Will you let me? Turn them into, okay, coffee enemas, hydrogenated water, perineum tannin. I don't know what hydrogenated water is. The other things sound really bad, so I kind of don't want that. I mean, the other things are bullshit, so that one's got to be bullshit. Hydrogenated Is there any significant difference in Water if it has an extra hydrogen? Hydrogenated water is a real thing. That doesn't seem like it would have any effect on a human. Right? Like, can you... There would be no way of, like, experiencing it. I don't know what you're... I don't know what the point of that is. Someone's dumb, and I'm pretty sure it's not me. Let me put it that way. Okay, so why does that want to, like... What is that? What is this? Is that card UI itself? Why is it a square? Why are you a square? What if we just resize the control to be that size? Okay. Also, the card looks bad, I know, but we'll make it more pretty later. Card play area, hands. All right. So then if we save all scenes again, does that move? There is literally dissolving H2 in water. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it would do anything, which it doesn't. I didn't take chemistry. I didn't take chemistry and I didn't do trig or calculus. No idea how to do any of those things. So chemistry has always been a bit of a mystery to me, but I can't imagine how like adding an extra hydrogen would significantly change that. I mean, there's weird stuff like when you add too much oxygen to air, then it starts being a problem, but that's like literally how your body processes it. I don't think that's the same thing. I think part of the problem with card UI is that it might have originally been one. What gets you there? Yeah, it's not gonna work and it's gonna bark at me. Yep. Yeah, it's broken now, isn't it? God, that sucks. If only there was something I cared about here. All right. So now can I move the card UI? Yes, because it's not attached to anything anymore. Which means that we can maybe just set it up to be default. And now, when we uncomment out that code, it should fix it. I think it was literally trying to reestablish where it needed to be based on its original thing. So now, if we run the code... It's like how Pepsi has Pepsi Max where it uses nitrogen. Like, if you need hydrogen, couldn't you just like let's say for some reason you needed to add extra hydrogen to your diet, couldn't you just like take hydrogen pills or huff hydrogen gas or some shit? Like, if you're not getting enough hydrogen, you could get it other ways. Adding it to water just seems like an unnecessary step, and like, or you could just drink water. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're rich, you have water. You have water at home. It came with your house. I think I might bounce out of here at like 4:30 so I can pick up my wife from work, give or take. I'll probably be a little late, but I can at least get there in time. Okay, so I'm going to change these numbers because I don't give a shit. Let's see what this does. Okay. Where are you now?
Might impact you guys following along. So for this example, you probably have to do this for ease of following along. All right, another font here. And then let's say the name is Tech. And then we're going to have another sprite that is going to be
Rogue Voltage, because it's really good.
Right.
Interesting.
And then lastly, we have label will be card description. And card description will say something like attack +1 or something like that, right? All right, we have a card. Now we're going to actually start coding. So what's our goal here? My goal is that based on the car setting, I want to be able to take this and easily change the cost, the description language, the image, and the title. So that's what I'm going to do. Very simple. We have all this set up. First thing I need to do is I'm going to make a directory just for the scripts so that I can easily find where all the scripts are. Of course, you guys can organize it however you want. It's not really that important. This is something that Sprite 2D, even though card image here is Sprite 2D that I'm using. This will be more apparent later. I actually don't like that I made the card image sprite by itself, because what if I want to have multiple sprites grouped together doing like this like image effect or like even the hollow effect or whatever? I might do that, you know? So you know what? I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to create a new node 2D. That's going to be the card image. So I'm going to put this right here. Call it card image. And then it's going to be card image sprite. I'm going to change this later, but for now, this is what I'm going to do. So let me show you an example of what this looks like on the inspector on the right here. So if you do the export keyword, they populate this inspector parameters, so you can actually actively change it. So the
Look up hydrogen inflation to learn more.
How that manifests or how that looks in practice.
I was learning some stuff about bismuth and how it could be used for like
I'm gonna have to delete this.
solenoids and shit.
A new card. I bring it here. Now, when I click on it, I have an option to edit. This will help me customize the card easily. Now, it doesn't work right out of the gate like this. I need to add more code to make it work. We got these things. Another thing is that I want to be able to refer to some of these elements so I can edit it. There's different ways to do it. I can make a script for each of these nodes so that I can edit this by referring to these nodes instead of directly accessing it. But it's small enough that I think it's going to be easy enough to just directly access it. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have a cost label. And then that will be a label. I like to hard type like this because this allows me to, I don't know. Now, what we want to do is the actual hand and deck. So let's do that. So interesting thing, the nature of the hands, let's take a look at what some of these hands look like in the actual game. Slay the Spire. And if we look at the hands,
okay, bismuth is the active ingredient in Pepto-Bismol, which is wild.
That it has this like slight fanning
Such
effect,
a cool
and then when
thing.
you hover your cursor over, the card pops up. Everything else moves away. The main card that you're highlighting pops up. Do I know how to do that? I have no idea, but I could theorize a few things here. The approach I'm going to have. So let me just get my handy graphic tablet out so I can draw what I'm thinking.
Maybe there's someone else who's done this as well. Card in hand. Fan cards Godot. How I fan 3D cards. We're not fanning 3D cards, but cards in 2D. How about this? What is this?
Okay, Nate Dev, here's the video I promised. Here's probably my best implementation of cards that I've ever done.
I mean, it looks slick.
I'm just going to go over abstractly what I do. But it seems
what
like
if you made the cards in 2D but look 3D?
So
I would have to understand how to do 3D stuff. And I don't know how to do 3D stuff.
You do. So the main thing is that I make the thing screen independent or screen width independent. And part of the way I do that is by setting it up such that...
All right, let me just look at your code. This was made 3 years ago. Never mind. Create a card interface like in Godot. This one was made 5 months ago. Better.
Welcome back, everyone, to this video. In this video, I will be showing you this little card game. So this is going to be mostly GUI interface stuff, right? So you can see here, I can put my mouse in, the cards pop up. I can take a card, drag it up, and put it on the board, and it
He doesn't have them fanned. Do we need them fanned? Actually? Like, aesthetically, I'm used to that, but think about it. Like, okay, I've got a deck of cards here. I've been testing my game using this deck of cards, right? So you fan cards so that way you can read what's up in the top corner, right? Like W or... eight. And then if you have other cards in your hand, you fan cards like this, so that way you can read the 8 still, while still having them. But you can also do this. Because the design for my cards is not actually the corner case design. So we may just ditch most of what we got in the hand, because it apparently doesn't work, and I don't understand how to make it work. So let's just see what this does.
Pop up. I can take a card, drag it up, and put it on the board, and it removes it from my hand. So there are no turn-based things. It just shows me how to put the card on the board, and you'll kind of have to go from there.
Sure, that's good enough for me.
I'll show you the general idea of how I set this up. Okay, so the asset pack I will be using is a simple card back. I'm mostly just using it for the card. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
I will link it down in the description down below.
Don't need it.
Check it out.
Show me code.
Okay, let's hop right into the setup. So first, we're going to have a node as our main board, right? So this is going to just be our board, and I'll put it in our main scene here. Next up, we're going to have our canvas layer. And I tried to set this up so that it's an expandable card game. So that way you can take this and actually make a game out of it. So it's not just simple things that hopefully doesn't have too many bugs. All right, and next we're gonna have a card holder. Now there's a very specific reason we have this, but we'll get to that in a few minutes, hopefully. All right, so I'm gonna name this UI, and then I'm gonna have a container. I'm going to be putting a HBox container, and this will hold all the cards, right? So I will call this card container. All right, now in here, we're gonna have a script for this. So I'll just put it in here. All right, now in this guy right here, we're gonna have a few different functions or...
Okay. I'm gonna stop fucking with hand. And I'm gonna go to card playing area. And I'm gonna follow along here. First off, we remove this. Cool. And then we add a child node. It's gonna be a node 2D. Now, do we need... card holder. UI and card holder. Player hand. Let me do all caps. I don't know what the... I wish Godot had a competent no-code option. Yeah. I don't know how to do that. Also, I think I need to use a canvas script, or a canvas. What is a canvas layer? Node used for independently rendering objects within a 2D scene. Okay. I'll go ahead and make one and put it over there. I don't know what it does, but here it is. Maybe it's important. And apparently that's where I put UI elements. We'll just call it UI. Player hand. We'll probably delete hand scene, but I want to make sure it works first because I did put a lot of code into that. But it does nothing right now, so who gives a shit? Add child node, and this is a holder? What was it called? Container. Okay. Okay. And And the container, assume that we need to put the hand somewhere. So we'll put the hand here, I guess. It's a little awkward because I would like to, okay, so the eventual layout, let me open up Paint. The eventual layout that I want to have is like, you've got a drawing of like the docks here, right? And you got the little fella, and he's just sitting there with his little eyes, and he's casting his rod into that looks like a Poland ball or something. You've got like the fishy cards swimming around over here. And you can either put a card up here. It should be like a rectangle rather than whatever the fuck shape. You can put a card up here in order to use it as its value. Because every card has two effects, right? So for example, here's a jack. A jack has the card value of jack. So that is one effect you can use it for. The other effect is if you put it over here, which will be like, there'll be like a little drawing of like a toolbox over here. And that'll represent you using the effect of the card. So the jack, for example, will add 3 to taste and draw 1 when you get it. Okay, that's a bad example. When you get the card, you draw an extra card, which is something that we'll have to... Okay, it's another jack. Find a card that doesn't do an effect on draw. And one that doesn't have a confusing effect. Okay, cool. How about this one? Add +3 to look and taste. So you could search for an ace, or you could just use the ace to improve the taste and stuff of the cards you've got. That's a way of increasing the value repetitively, but if you do that, it goes back into the discard, and when you do that, that means that the lake can draw it later. So where am I putting the hand? I guess here? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because we can have a little slot right there for it. Up your ass. That's also an option. Where am I putting my hand? Where am I putting the hand? Me when I... Yep, no, none of that. Okay. There's a lot of work just to find out that the correct answer was slightly more to the right.
Hold all the cards, right? So I will call this card container.
Okay, we're going to do the same.
Now in here, we're going to have a script for this. So I'll just put it in here. All right, now in this guy right here, we're going to have a few different functions or signals being connected. So the first two are just going to be mouse entered and mouse exited.
Do we have a script attached to the UI yet? Yes, you do have a script for card container. Okay, so that is the script we're actually working with. So attach script. And what are you calling that script? You've called this script board. I'm just gonna keep it with, we're gonna go with card container, sure. Extends container. That's fine. And then it doesn't have any default uses, so on mouse entered and oh my god, that is really cool. So on, let's see, function control entered. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Node, so it's the UI. Huh. Wait, how did he do that? Mouse entered. Okay. He's done something weird with Godot, and I need to go back a bit. What'd you do?
A few different functions or signals being connected. So the first two are just going to be mouse entered and mouse exited. All right?
Okay, so you literally just double click on it and you hit connect. Okay, and then mouse exited. Nope. Oh no. What in the fuck? I might have fucked something up. Okay. Function on mouse entered void, on mouse exited, and then these have... Wait. Did we need to do it this way? Because I don't think that this is a function that... Okay, whatever. All right.
Next up, what we're going to do is we're also going to make a variable global script. Now, you don't technically have to do this. I mostly just do this to make the game a little easier, or to kind of keep track of these things a little easier. Now, in here, I'm going to have two things, a card selected and a mouse on placement. Now, of course, again, I'll say this one more time. You don't need it as a global variable. In fact, it's probably better if you don't. If you keep it on the board, that would probably be better. But I'm going to do that. So let's auto load it. Let's go over here, auto load our script.
Yeah, we don't need that. I'm just going to add that in here. There's no reason to be doing that on a global level when it only needs to be in this one scene. I don't know if this needs to be on like run or something.
A card selected and a mouse on placement. Now, of course, again, I'll say this one more time.
This might be for making the cards float a bit when you hover them, right?
If you keep it on the board, that would probably be better. But I'm going to do that. So let's auto load it. So let's go over here, auto load our script, add, and now these two variables are global. It just makes it easier to access from anywhere. Okay, now we need the actual card. So the card itself, we're going to have to create as a new scene here. Now, this card, I'm going to have three things.
We're going to just use card UI for whatever this
general
is.
Container. The next, we're going to have two things, an animation player. Now, this is going to essentially animate two things, the select and deselect. So it'll kind of show that my card is being selected. And of course, you can tween. You can use tween instead. But I just decided to use the animation player to make it a little easier. Okay, we'll also use a sprite as the card backs. Right, so it'll be the back of the card. All right, now let's go to our asset pack, drop this guy in, and then you can see here we can simply use the animation player. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So H frames would be 4, V frames would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'll just use this guy as my main card. All right, now from here, I'm going to drag this guy. Now it's a little blurry, so I'm actually going to go to project settings real quick.
Right, of course. Okay. Can this be, instead of a card UI, can it be a node? Or instead of a control, can it be a... Is that what he did? Add child node, container. And then we're just going to put all of the shit in the container, I think. It serves no purpose. I noticed, but don't worry about it. We'll make it do something. Please don't move. Why does it move with the container? Because these things are set to specific spots within the container. Right. Oh, God. Nope. I want to grab this container. I don't know why it wants me to grab that. Okay, back face then needs to be at 0, 0. But to move back face... Okay. Children of a container only get their... Alright, fuck it then. You go here. There we are. That's in the top corner. Now we can put that here. In container. We can stretch out to be the whole width of the card. For whatever reason we need that. Will this game be considered woke by the woke content? Similar to how I decided that I don't know is if I want to have the... I mean, the Communist Manifesto is going to be on the woke list for sure. For sure. If it ever actually gets any sort of... I mean, the thing is that, like, it doesn't have chicks with dicks in it, which seems to be the curator's thing when it comes to porn games. So there's that. There's nothing woke about that game. I think that it's woke because communism and also cum and strong female lead. So I think that you would call it woke. That's fine. In related news, I don't give a shit. Oh, right. And then backface, where did you end up? Backface ended up... Position is 0, 0. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now we can put these in the container. Okay, I don't know why we're doing this. Flappy Bird drama. I saw that Flappy Bird was trending. Oh, God. Just a decade. So Flappy Bird is back, and... It's got... Oh. Ew. Ew. Yeah, is it back with the dev's consent or not? Because it's fucking... That seems kind of gross. Okay, do we need an animation, or are you doing something weird with the animation player?
Make it so that it's not blurry. Change that to nearest. Okay. Now, if you don't know how to do that, you basically just set the filter to linear or to nearest.
Sure.
Okay, now this will be the card itself. So I'll save this as a card. So let's rename this to card. Okay, now in the card, we're going to have to give it a minimum size of 105 over 136. That's basically the size of the card itself.
Okay.
Okay. What else do we need to do? Well,
the license was labeled as abandoned and stolen by the company completely free. Oh, right. That's so much worse. Fuck that, now, then.
Let's do the animation player, because I think that'll be a little easier. So we're going to have select as an animation to select the card. So we'll take the position of our current card, right? We'll take the position of what it is right now.
Actually, we don't need backface at all. I'm just going to...
And we'll just basically move it up a little bit. So let's move it up like so make it look as if it got selected.
Okay. So, right, and if it's in a container, and we add a node here, animation player, right? Right, animation, new. Is that what he did? It is, right?
Right, now we can key this. And now you'll see that and then we'll go to, let's say, 0.2.
Okay.
All right, let's delete all this.
Now, God, I can't imagine like dropping from the limelight like that and then immediately 10 years later someone screws them. That's awful.
So we'll take the position of our current card, right? We'll take the position of what it is right now. And then we'll go to, let's say, 0.2, and we'll just
blame the way the law is written.
A little bit. So let's move it up like so to make it look as if it got selected.
Oh, so I completely missed the bit I was trying to wait for.
To make it look as to select the card. So we'll take the, now let's do the animation player because I think that'll be a little easier. So we're going to have select.
Okay, then it's going to be called select. Okay. Now what?
As an animation to select the card. So we'll take the position of our current card, right? We'll take the position of what it is right now. And then we'll go to, let's say, 0.2.
Oh. Add to track. Oh, no, that's not how we do it. All right. Visibility. Layout, one change, transform, position. What is this key? This? Can I do that? No? Can I do it now? Create a new track for property position. Okay, hold on. Can I do it without actually putting it in the animation player? Because I have a feeling the animation player is going to fuck with things. Okay, so the container is like the hitbox for this thing, I think. And yes. Okay, and then this tutorial seems pretty good.
And we'll just basically...
I mean, mostly because I'm not actually having to do things.
Move it up like so.
Okay, and how far into the thing did you go? Because I like the way the animation looked. You went 0.2 ahead. Let's go to 0.2. And then he clicked this, and then we take the container and... I don't know how high up it needs to go. Can I zoom? Oh, okay. Cool. Did you know they made the girls from Go-Go Nippon into VTubers? I have no idea what that is.
To make it look as if it got selected. Right, now we can key this. And now you'll see that it kind of goes upwards as we select it. And we'll change the time to 0.2. We don't want this to loop, so make sure that's not selected. Now let's make sure that the Y is the same on both of these.
Wait, what?
Oh, sorry, not the Y, the X. We don't want this to loop, so make sure that's not selected. Move it up like so to make it look as if it got selected. Right,
you played it years ago.
And now you'll see that it kind of goes upwards as we select it. And we'll change the time to 0.2. We don't want this to loop, so make sure that's not selected. Now let's make sure that the Y is the same on both of these. Oh, sorry, not the Y, the X. So this one is 54 as well. So now it should look like this. So it just goes straight up. Now what we'll do is we'll actually duplicate this, and we'll call this deselect. And what we can do here is just zoom in, and we can actually just switch these keys. So I'm going to drag this over here and drag this key over here.
Wait. What?
So now it should look like this. So it just goes straight up. Now what we'll do is we'll actually duplicate this.
Oh, okay. Yes, of course. Right click? There's no VOD? Oh, no. Are you sure I did?
So it just goes straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Now what we'll do is we'll actually...
Got it. Duplicate. Deselect. And then... time 0. And then time 0.2. 0.02, sorry. Right, so now if you play it... What? All right, and then play. Yeah, okay, cool, good, got it. All right, so now we have two different animations that can play, select and deselect. Now we just need to make it so that way when your hand enters that area. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Tell me he actually ranges them in a hand at some point. It looks like he does, but I don't know if we're adding cards natively.
Duplicate this.
We'll be able to figure it out.
Call this deselect. And what we can do here is just zoom in, and we can actually just switch these keys. So I'm going to drag this over here.
Probably should have looked at all of what he was doing before I started messing around with my code, but whatever.
Now it'll go from upwards to down as we animate it.
We can just remove the container in the animation player and it should be fine.
Zoom in a little bit. All right, now for the actual card itself, we're going to have a few things to add. We're going to put mouse entered, mouse exited, and then GUI input. Now, GUI input is a very nice function or a signal inside of all the control nodes. Now, this will be one of our main features inside of all of this. So it's very good to understand what this does. Now, GUI input is essentially input, right? So think of the input event, but GUI input. So GUI input will essentially look for anything that goes on in this control node. So this one specifically, this signal will only go off for this thing itself, right? So anything else. So if, let me explain a little bit more in this sense.
Where did my script for this go?
Right?
I had a script for the
so let's duplicate this guy.
Container,
if
right?
Touch this card over here on this one, it won't send a signal to the script in this one, which is what it would do without this. So if you try to use the general input, this is global essentially, right? This function or this input will detect anything.
Where is this?
No matter what script it's in, right? So this one, this GUI.
No, we don't have this one in here yet.
Input on that specific node. Okay, hopefully that explanation kind of made sense because it's very important.
Did you just put two cards in there?
Let's duplicate this guy. Duplicate this guy.
Okay. Hold on. We're clicking to the end. I want to see if he actually like adds him to the hand or if he just
back to our scripts for the card. Okay, we also want that effect of where it gets pushed up if I'm putting my fingers into the this area, right? Okay, in here, there's a few things we'll do. Exited. And the mouse exited will closer together. In the container, we can go to the inspector, go to theme override, constant, separation, and just do -20. That's what I did, -20. And it makes the cards a little closer together. So now if I hit play.
Okay, so we can add things to the container and we can add the cards to the array. Has Rev seen the GLBLPRG? What? Gli Bili P Rat Gumai. What in the fuck what are you talking about? He doesn't know. I haven't spoken to Hackerling in a minute. Although she did do a really good cover of My Immortal. Which was fucking insane. A person in green gloves who dissects jelly.
Hello, this is room for the QB. Today we have a G-Line B-Line Pete Rat Gumai Kandai.
What the fuck?
G-Line B-Line Pete Rat Gumai Kandai. Let's like it open so he can breathe. Fresh air. Pete Rat, time to come alive. Escape the Pakaki. Escape the Pakaki. Pete Rat eyes. Very big and long. Very big and long. The
What? All of his... I think he's speaking like Pig Latin or some sort of equivalent.
Batom eyes. Very flat. Good boy. Very good boy. Pete Rat eyes. A very good boy. A rat-a-tat-tat. A rat-a-tat-tat. A rat-a-tat-tat. Smell my fine gear. Smell my fine gear. I'm giving my Pete Rat a hiat masagi.
What? I'm gonna send this to my wife and she's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Oh. Lime says she already has things scheduled with other VTubers. Let me send this to my wife. He's speaking English, but badly. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to just like keep going through this video. What were you trying to do? I was trying to do Space Marine 2 co-op play.
You can see here that it goes a little closer together, and we can do so, etc. And that's good. Okay, not blurry.
Cool.
Change that to 54. Okay, now for the first two, for the mouse entered and mouse exited, it's pretty easy. All we want to do is we'll say on mouse entered, we'll play
Finish
the
it?
animation.
You haven't? Okay, fine.
Hello, this is room for the QB. Today we have a G-Line B-Line Pete Rat Gumai Kandai. G-Line B-Line Pete Rat Gumai Kandai. Let's like it open so he can breathe. Fresh air. Pete Rat, time to come alive. Escape the Pakaki. Escape the Pakaki. Pete Rat eyes. Very big and long. Very big and long. The Batom eyes. Very flat.
It does have auto-generated
Good
captions.
boy. Very good boy. Pete Rat Eyes. A very good boy.
Also, why is it so fucking small?
A rat-a-tat-tat. A rat-a-tat-tat. Smell my fine gear. Smell my fine gear. I'm giving my Pete Rat a hiat masagi. A hiat masagi. My Pete Rat has a strong bungy cord. A strong bungy cord. I must have this bungy cord. Snipe it off. Snipe. Aw, I like my bungy cord. I ties. Cutie. Could you ties eyeball? Could you ties eyeball? I wonder if Pete Rat has a brain. I wonder if Pete Rat has a brain. Let's find out. Cut him open. I think I found his brain. I think I found his brain. I cannot pull
Okay,
it out.
the way he talks is like, I da 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 da. But the second time through, he says the same thing twice. But the second time he goes on the last one. It's like if all vowels had the same sound. Is it phonetically consistent letters? All of his videos are an experiment on if English language was phonetically consistent. That is annoying as shit. What? All E's are E. So he pronounces every E the same way. Because you can pronounce E and... Okay. All right. Well, that's horrible. Okay, I think I need to finish with this on so jelly belly pet rat gooey my. Yeah, English is insane and bad. Okay. Oh, right. It's worse than Sandwalk. I'm gonna check Twitter real quick. Let me see if there's anything on RevFart. I forgot to do Minecraft practice today, and I gotta go pick up my wife from work anyway, so nothing on RevFart, and nothing in RevFart on the Discord. So that, I guess, is it for today. We are going to have to spend some time actually doing Minecraft tomorrow, but I think that we should also do some Ace Attorney. God, yeah. So what do I need to do as far as tonight in our crafting group? Extra drawings? Yeah, that's what I think I'll probably do, Raylor. And then we might switch back to some of this depending on what gets done. Tonight I'm going to have a lot of time to draw and work on code stuff, but I don't feel like we really touch any code, right? Well, if... Yeah, I think that I need to draw some, like, card art stuff and go from there. Most of this stuff looks like it's manipulating UI. And my fear right now that I'm having is that by making it go fish, I fucked myself. Because, like, Go Fish is a very specific play pattern, and I'm worried that cards like the ace that I mentioned, where it the mechanics of this card game may actually be a problem, and they may not actually work. Remember to check out Rogue Voltage. I'll make sure to check that out. I think what I could do is, this is all just setting up for cards, like there to be a card game element. So even if the original design I have for the card game doesn't work, we can just switch out the cards. Everything we've done so far, excluding matching pairs, can be repurposed into a completely different card game. So we're fine, actually. So if Go Fish sucks, then we can make it something else. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save and drop for now. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow with Phoenix Wright and some other jazz. All right, see you then. Bye.